all these doctors have told me mitral valve failure is congenital. It's a birth defect. That valve was always going to go. Now, as far as I'm concerned, it seems to me, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to argue, but it seems intuitive to me that if I had never smoked and I'd never coughed and I'd never drunk and I'd never thrown up after having too much to drink and I'd never, and my resting heart rate was always in a healthy range, my blood pressure was always in a healthy range, it seems to me that valve would have lasted longer, or it wouldn't have failed when it did. But, there's an argument, if it had gone when I was 67 instead of 47, that changes the calibration of risk in terms of, are we going to open this person up? Which is a posh way of saying they might not have bothered operating. So there's something to be said for it going when it did. But anyway, I've been told it wasn't a lifestyle thing. But I did stop drinking and smoking when I came out of hospital because I just had a newfound respect for my internal organs, and the whole thing was geared towards my recovery, and I took that really seriously. And it was like, apart from anything, I've always been a bit of a swot when when I put my mind to it. I want to be top student, and I wanted the doctors to be pleased with me. I wanted to be top patient. So there was that aspect of it. But the idea that I was going to go back to something that I'd spent years trying to get away from, was just completely unthinkable. And there was a really, really big difference between thinking of alcohol as something nice that I'm not allowed anymore, which is what I was doing when I tried to go on the wagon before the operation. I would sort of give up for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. And it was a question of willpower and, oh dear, and it's almost impossible. I found it very, very difficult. There's a big difference between that's a nice thing that I'm not allowed and that's a shit thing that I don't have to do anymore, which is kind of how I feel about it now.